In this video, I will be demonstrating the request response mechanism using Shuttle.Esb, and I will be following the sample as it is on the documentation site, with the one change that I will be using RabbitMQ instead of MSMQ. The first thing that we need to do is to create an assembly that contains our messages, and then create the register member command and member registered event messages. Next, we create a new console application as our client application, and we'll add the relevant NuGet packages. We will be using RabbitMQ instead of MSMQ, and then we'll be using Castle WindsorContainer for our dependency injection. First, we will create our container. We will then register the service bus components into that container, and then use that container to create a service bus instance and start it up. We will then read a line from the console, and then send a register member command message using that input as our username. We will keep doing this until we receive an empty line. We then add a configuration file with the service bus section and then route all the relevant messages to the server queue. We also add an inbox since we will be receiving response messages. Next, we will implement the member registered handler that simply responds to the member registered event message. This is sent back from the server, and in our case, we will write the username to the console to show that we have received that message. Next, we will implement the server as a console application, and in addition to the RabbitMQ and Castle NuGet packages, we will also add the service host package in order to have our server act as a service. The main method will simply run our service host. We will then implement the host. In the start method, we'll create our new container. We will register the components from the service bus into that container, and then we will create a new service bus instance and start it up. In the stop method, we will simply dispose of our bus. Now let's add a configuration file with a service bus section, and in our service bus section we will only have an inbox that feeds off the server queue. Next, we will implement the register member handler that responds to the register member command. We will write the username to the console and send back a member registered event to the caller. Let's run both the client and the server projects on startup and execute the application. And there we have a full request response implementation using RabbitMQ. Thanks for watching.